From Beyond the Middle, analysis without political agenda. Please feel free to share this information. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, EIA, the price of gas has risen from a national average of 3.28 a gallon to 4.10 a gallon. At the same time, the economy of the world has taken a massive hit from the uncertainty in Eastern Europe with Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Social media has been rife with questions as to why gas prices have risen so much since, according to rumors, America does not get its oil and gas from Ukraine or Russia. Over the last decade, the public has been told many times that America is becoming energy independent through more oil production. While it is true that the U.S. is producing more oil, this doesn't necessarily mean that the nation is not still importing oil. EIA numbers from 2021 show that the U.S. imported 8.47 million barrels of oil a day and exported 8.63 million barrels a day. Of those imports, 8% were imported from Russia. With the ban on Russian oil imports put in place due to the invasion of Ukraine, the 8% of the oil that came from Russia must be made up from another oil-producing country. The question would then be raised, if the U.S. produces and exports more oil than it had to import, why not just keep that oil here and not import any? The answer is not as easy as some may think. It comes down in many instances to logistics and the type of oil recovered. It is often cheaper to drill and recover oil in other countries due to lower wages, lower costs of transportation, and the host of regulatory costs that sometimes are in place in the United States. It may be cheaper for oil produced in Texas to be exported across the border to Mexico and import oil from Saudi Arabia for the East Coast. As a global economy, it is incumbent upon the United States to participate in the oil trade to a certain degree, and so importing as well as exporting means money flows both ways. In addition, there is the question of what type of crude oil is being recovered. Crude oil is graded by its weight and sweetness. Oil's weight defines how easy the oil is to refine. Light crude is easier to refine than heavy crude. The sweetness of oil refers to the amount of sulfur within it. Sweeter oil has less sulfur. Most of the oil that America produces is light and sweet. However, for decades the United States has depended primarily on imported oil from the Middle East and Russia, which is heavier and less sweet. Therefore, the refineries in America are made to handle the heavier and less sweet oil. To ramp up the production of light sweet oil for domestic use, many of the refineries would have to be retooled to handle the domestic oil. This is not a Democrat or President Biden created problem, and it is not a problem that a change in administration could correct in the near term. There are two major ways forward, and both will be expensive and long-term. The first is for the oil refineries to make the switch to light sweet oil, allowing them to take advantage of the type of oil that is recovered from American fields. The second is to embrace the idea of clean energy and work both harder and faster to make the switch from fossil fuel use. Otherwise, the volatility of fuel prices will continue to be an issue.